that Fox and Friends call in.
Okay, I need to turn off the TV.
Adding prosecutorial assassin across the table in Bob Mueller.
Give me a second. You might notice if you look at the title that I added in the part about tarot, because I figure nobody's watching these. I might as well add to my tarot videos, because nobody's been watching anyway. Like one person each video for the past little while. So there's no point in doing a nightly video blog to catch people up on what's going on or to just talk about a random thing. There's no point if nobody's watching it. Just to get myself back in the habit of doing tarot videos, because I didn't do it for a little while, I'm just going to do a spread of my own tonight. And then tomorrow I'll get going with other things. Let's see how I can do this, because I didn't really set it up at all. Didn't really set it up at all. Perhaps I should like put it behind the table and actually do it like I did for other videos. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. There's all kinds of crap on the table, which annoys me because I didn't do it. But what is. Yeah. Yes, I know. You're just looking at my couch. Deal with it. Yeah, it's a mixture of my stuff and other people's stuff. Yeah, I know. Watching me clean off my table. Ooh, what fun. No, I could have done this ahead, but did I? No. Let's see. The angle's right. I think the angle might be right. Yeah. Yeah, well, you gotta set things up. You get to see behind the scenes, I guess, today. Okay. Well, I had said that I was going to do replace really cruddy video that I did. I actually did that, but for some reason the volume wasn't on, and so that video had to be scrapped. But let's see. I said I was going to redo the 3-card spread and 6-card spread. And I never did get a good one. So let's do that now. Okay, the person who you're doing a reading for shuffles the cards, getting their energy on the cards. That's an important part. And then spread out the cards. Yes, it's a little different than doing the 12 card spread. And then I think about what I want the reading to be about. And then I think about the past of the situation that I want to know about. In this case, since I'm doing it in front of you guys, I'll actually pick something instead of it just being general. Romance. Thinking about the past with me and romance. And then I think about the present of my situation, which my situation is my romantic life. The present of of romance. And then I draw one having to do with the future. Okay. There's the 3 cards. Interesting. For some reason, the past, when it comes to romance and what I want to know about, it all has to do with desire. Close up. You can't really see it. Let's see. For some reason, I don't have the resolution that I had. I think it's, be honest, I think it's YouTube has decreased my my resolution because of having so low of traffic. I really do believe that because there's no way for me to fix it. But yeah, you can't see it very well. What we are looking at is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups has, well, obviously 6 cups and 6 lotus flowers, one going to each cup, filling the cup with water. That is talking about love and desire. Everybody taking care of themselves. There's an aspect of sexuality. The situation I am going into is the middle card. And I don't know how well you can see this, but it is also a cup card. And it is the Knight of Cups. And it's talking about family type relationships. And that doesn't mean family, it means that type of relationship, which can mean clubs or very close friendships. And this is talking about a desire for that type of relationships and that type of communication. And the future of the situation. The future of the situation is the Ace of Wands, which is talking about me being a fountain of spirituality that can affect others around me. And I can give people my energy and still have plenty for myself. It is, in many ways, it has to do with the spirit. So, in other words, a desire for more carnal things leads to a more family-oriented need, which all goes to the spirit. And that's how you do a 3-card spread. Now, I'm going to pretend to do the 6-card spread because I can't really do one by myself. A 6-card spread is a 2-person spread. And it's a basic one, just like this one's a basic one. And it is a card spread that each of the 2 people draw out a card relating to each other. Well, first they draw out a card thinking of one of the partners. Second, they draw out thinking about the other partner. And then the third is they each pull out a card thinking about the 2 together. It's a finding out about the other person type reading. So that's what that's about. Yeah, I wish the resolution was better because then you would have been able to see the cards better. But that's all there is to it. My resolution is bad now. I can't seem to do anything about it. And it's saying it in the settings on YouTube that I have a low resolution. And it's like, I didn't set it that way and there's no way to get it off of there, which means that it was for some reason decided by YouTube. Which I'm guessing it's because I haven't gotten the viewership. Because not even my friends are looking at these videos. I feel like I'm wasting my time. So yeah, this is my weekly, my nightly blog, but I'm also gonna have a second linkage to my tarot. Playlist because I did show that as well. I'm gonna do an actual reading for myself. Yeah, I'll keep talking, but I'm doing it just generally about myself because I'd like to know generally about myself because I've been going through some stuff the last couple of months. Not necessarily really anything horrible having to do with right now. It's more of a memories thing. I've been having memories affecting how I'm feeling and how I'm doing. So it's just something I gotta go through. We have to deal with our feelings. If we don't, they come out sideways. So I'm dealing with them. And I'm actually doing really well with it. Yeah, I'm feeling alone doing these videos, but that's because I actually am alone. It's not a feeling. There's nobody watching. It's live and there's nobody watching. So, and it's not like I didn't put up links. So that isn't a feeling. That's a knowing. I'm actually doing quite well with those types of feelings. It's like I know that there are people out there that care, and I'm happy with the changes that have happened over the past year. I'm really happy with them. I'm happy with who I am. Um, I'm happy with the freedom I have. Um, I'm scared about the possibility of having back surgery, but I am happy with where I'm at. I just I just want to know where I'm going. That's all. But then doesn't everybody? And like I said with my 12 card reading video, I'm doing this in a series of threes. I'm shuffling it 3 times and cutting it 3 times. And this is the 3rd time, so then I pick the cards that my cards are in. And you may notice the cards are bigger than your average deck. And you might notice that all tarot cards seem to be different sizes than your average playing card deck. Actually, I don't know if there's a specific reason for it, but to me, it just makes perfect sense. It makes it more unwieldy to use, which changes how you shuffle. And which makes perfect sense, to me at least. Okay, you might remember from the first video that I did having to do with Celtic Cross, this is my basic situation. My basic situation here is talking about decisions that need to be made and how there doesn't seem to be a right way to go. But if I don't make the decision, it will be made for me. Both sides look equally rough. I have guesses of what this is about. Oh, I know exactly what it's about. It's being shaped by the call of the unknown. It's being shaped by being on a dark path, being in the darkness before the dawn. And it's warning to not get lost on your path and to make sure that offers of help are actually a help. This card is actually the moon, which is a trump card. And the one having to do with the decision was the 3 of Swords. The next one is the conscious mind. And the conscious mind, I don't think you can see this. It's the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is talking about a balanced love between two people or a balanced love within yourself. To enjoy the love that comes to you and to not cling to it, but to enjoy it. The subconscious mind is talking about the fear of defeat. This is the Five of Swords, and it's talking about the fear of defeat. It is 5 swords put together in a star pattern with the tip facing down. And it is talking about the fear of defeat, the fear of not being able to keep control of things. And it's reminding you that, well, reminding me that control is just an illusion. We cannot really control anything beyond our own noses. It's an illusion that we think we have control over things, but we don't really. Most of life is like surfing. You can nudge your surfboard this way or that way, but the fact our life, which is the wave, has the control. We can nudge it, but we cannot control it. Also, when it comes to people, the only control we have when it comes to other people is the control that they give us. We don't have any actual control over anyone else. Where I have been, or where I'm at right now, and it's talking about an internal change. It's the Tower. The Tower is, I like to think of it as a plate glass window. You come up to a plate glass window and you have a hammer in your hand and you hit it in the center as hard as you can and it shatters into all these little tiny shards. The Tower is putting those shards back together again in a different order, becoming a different person. Which in many ways I have been doing over the past year. I've been becoming a different person on the inside. Granted, it's very similar to a person I was before, but it is a new person because I have the new experiences. Ooh, remember in that 3-card reading, the one about the past that was talking about sexual desires being fulfilled? And everybody taking care of themselves. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Lucky me. This position represents me, and it's also a card from that reading. It is the Ace of Wands. It's talking about my spirituality and how I can affect other people and help other people. This position represents the outside influences on me, and it's talking about my success. It's the Six of Discs. I know I haven't said what all of the cards are. I should be ashamed. Six of Discs, and it's talking about success that I have coming towards me that I deserve due to work that I've put in. And that's coming from the outside. The next one is the hopes and fears position. And it's also a six. Wow, I've got a lot of sixes going on here. My six this time is the Six of Swords, which is science. You can't really see this one. It's the problem with low resolution. The light's going off of it and making it a little hard to see. And it's talking about making rational decisions after looking at all of the information. It's talking about looking at other people's perspective, my perspective, and a combination of perspectives, and looking to find the truth. And the final outcome is telling me to guard my independence. It's also talking about trusting my intuition. There's a lot about knowledge. There's a lot about endurance. And that is the Two of Trumps, the Priestess. So to recap, my situation has to do with a hard decision. And it is being shaped by not knowing what's going on. My conscious mind having to do with that is talking about relationships and beautiful, equal relationships and loving as well. My subconscious mind is freaking out because I don't have control over the situation. I've been in a very destructive rebuilding of my life, internally and externally. And I'm going into a much more fertile landscape where everyone's taking care of themselves, and it's telling me to enjoy and to live out my sexuality. In this situation, I am a spiritual source. And the outside influences on me are that I have been working on myself. I've made progress, and the success that I have coming to me is deserved. It's not a gift. It's been earned. And the hopes and fears position is hoping that I'll measure out and look for the truth of situations. And the final outcome is telling me to trust my intuition, not to rely on others. It's actually pretty decent reading. The only hard decision that I really have right at this moment that I can think of is the possibility of back surgery, which I should be finding out about in the next like 2 days or so, which kind of scares me, but it's kind of a good thing too. We'll see how it goes. Um, well, it's been a half hour. I've talked about like 3 different tarot readings. I've talked about how I'm doing. I've talked about how the YouTube channel is doing, which has been pretty rough. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and tell other people about how you can learn about tarot, because I'm going to continue doing this. I'm also going to be doing some nights. I'm going to be doing videos having to do with recovery from addiction. I'm not going to worry so much about doing my video blog anymore. I'm just going to, it's just going to eke out while I'm doing the other thing. So, yeah, I should like actually make it so I can be seen at this point. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it, because it's gotten to the point of there's no point. And if there's no point, why do it? I think I've got it to a level where you'll actually see my face now. You'll see in a second. Yep. So what did we go over today? We went over the 3-card spread, the 6-card spread, and another 12-card spread. Not 12, 10. Wow. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my philosophy when it comes to doing tarot. Is it some scary mystical thing? To me, no, not so much. It's letting us know what our subconscious already knows. Because sometimes people don't talk to their subconscious well enough. And it is an insight into what your subconscious knows. Me, I like using this deck. I have other decks, but I like using the Thoth deck because it is a lot better when it comes to looking inside your soul instead of out there. And it's more important to know who you are in here, because who you are in here affects how you tackle the world. And how you tackle the world depends on, it shows to others, and that affects how your world gets shaped. For instance, life is about spin. I know I've probably talked about this before, but you don't have to go to work to get to go to work. It changes your outlook. life is all about spin. It's like, ooh, oh no, it's going to rain. Isn't it wonderful? It's going to rain and it's going to feed the flowers. Ooh, what an ugly weed. Or is it a very beautiful dandelion? Yeah, it's all how we look at it. And we train ourselves to look at things either negatively or positively. If we're always seeing the negative, that's because we've trained ourselves to see the negative. People talk about how positive affirmations said in the mirror don't work. I disagree. It's like, yeah, it doesn't necessarily change a lot of things, but what it does change is it changes our internal monologue about other things. Because if we're always talking about the positive, then we start talking about the positive. And when we talk about the positive, we start feeling more positive. This is basic stuff. But it's stuff that some people don't have a grasp on. We need to look at what is right in the world. And there is a lot that's right. I'm going to turn this off. It's been like 36 minutes. And, well, I'm tired. And I did the 3 videos, did the 3 readings. And tomorrow we'll do something else. Have a great night and enjoy. You don't have to hide.
No, it's just like you're on, and I didn't want to ruin it.
Then your voice would never ruin it. Enjoy, everybody.